Test, test. Okay, I think it's working now. My usual mic, I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm using my laptop mic. But anyways, I'm not in anything right now. Haven't been up too long. My first play was going to be the pop instead of anything that was moving previously, but I'm not really seeing any new pops or 7 a.m. pops, are y'all? Trade Ideas hasn't said anything either. Let me know if the mic's okay. I know that was a topic of conversation last live stream. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any ONMD. I'll get it pulled up, grabbing my locates, or pulling up the chart. Oh yeah, I like this one. Okay, got my locate. Went ahead and looks like it's doing a little bit of a retest. Let me get it. What was that? Okay, here it is. So let's pull up the daily, see what's going on. We got some congestion right here, so I kind of like this level. Taps Palantir to power 868 billion AI healthcare push with real-world data platform. News kind of sounds good, to be honest. The news doesn't sound too bad. But I like that there's a little bit of congestion here, so I'm gonna get a little small entry, but since it mentioned since it mentioned Palantir, I'm gonna let it run a little bit before I get into it. Probably try to get a position close to 2. And now it's dropping. SOPA. Yeah, I'm not interested. I think it's climbing. So I see some trend break, especially not where it's at right now. This is where it usually, this is where it's been bouncing. So yeah, maybe a retest up here, but this thing is kind of trending up right now. So I'm gonna keep my eye on ONMD. I got a little position, but I think it could push a little bit more. So I'm just gonna hang out my little position for now. So let me go back to the news. I kind of just read it quick and it said Palantir. That just means that they're just using their services? Because that's really not that great of news. So it's basically Palantir's artificial intelligence platform. will provide the infrastructure for one net IRWD near real-time AI-powered network. So it's not like a collaboration or anything. They're just using their services. So I don't think this is that great. But again, it does mention their name. So I'll play a retest. What's SOPA doing? Yeah, maybe a retest up here at 4. I haven't looked at daily levels on it, but yeah. So let's see if that falls through VWAP here. Again, the 7 o'clock ones have been fading pretty hard last couple weeks. Kind of want to get a bigger position, but I don't want to be impatient. There we go. I might get my chance here. So I added a little in the 170s. Still not a very big position though. So let's see. Looking at SOPO. So we have a level right here, level right here, some levels up here. Cool. Now I'm liking this ONMD now. So it's not pushing up strong. So usually when we see this type of movement, it does eventually fade, but I wish it would push hard to like $2. Then I would go in a little heavier. But until then, I'm just going to hang out. My average is 165. I'm only in, what am I in? Yeah, 800 shares, very small position. Because I don't want to get in too heavy just in case it does push back to like 180s. And potentially $2. There we go. Might get a chance to beef up my position a little. My next ads are 179. It's 710. I'll tell you exactly when it turns a 711. How about that? Because I'm not going to like move my, how it just is a pain in the butt. Oh, actually, how about this? You're right. It's right. So it just turned 711 on the TradingView camera or timer. See it down here in the corner? So 711 and 9 seconds right now. And I have the stream setting on low latency. There's an ultra low latency I might try. But since I've already went live, I can't switch to it, but maybe next time. This one's been a little boring, but let's see what happens. The good thing about it is there's going to be probably a decent amount of PRs that come out today since it's Monday, so it should. Oh, there it is. But to say it should drop at some point. So I'm trimming a little here just to get my size down. It's really not that big, but if it gets back up to 179, 180, I want to add pretty heavy. But it might just die off here because, again, that's what the 7 o'clocks have been doing. I want it to break 150, so I'm still in most of my position. I mean, almost all of it. $1.50 is kind of like a psychological level, so I wouldn't be surprised if it bounces here. And this is where it previously, its initial pop came to. So let's just see what happens. Looking fresh, appreciate it. My white tee. Let's see if it breaks. Come on, break. We'll go down if we break. There we go. So it might trim a little here at 143. Still holding on to some, but I trimmed another trim at 141. Should have went heavier. I had a feeling this would happen, but again, I didn't have the best entry, so I don't want to add too heavy just in case it did make another move up. A little annoyed at myself I didn't add a little bit more size. I wanted to catch one more pop though. Hope y'all made some money though. I'm still in only 200 shares, so I've already trimmed out most of it. But anyways, SOPA, yeah. So back to this one. I'll start doing a little research on it here in a second, but was more focused on the a fresh pop because, again, like I was saying, these 7 o'clock pops have just given it all back, and we haven't even seen money rotation yet. I mean, nothing else is moving, or there's no new pops. So SOPA has no news. Good morning. Anyways, I forgot to give my little this morning disclaimer. Lord, thank you for a new day to trade, and this is not financial advice. Educational purposes only. Short selling is very, very risky. But yeah, no, this was a nice little play, but I just wasn't big enough. The reason why I keep saying that is because this has kind of been the last week or so. The 7 o'clock play has kind of been the play I've made the most on because I've been going a tad bit heavier, not much heavier, but like I said, they've just been doing this. So, but I kind of scaled in, so all good. I wanted to see one more retest before it died, but I don't control it. Just got to trade what it gives me. So SOPA, yeah, I saw that. It's just like price target. That usually doesn't last, but again, they're all it all varies. I'll pull it up on AskEdgar here in a second too, because I'm not really seeing anything else I like. But yeah, this happens all the time where some random, see which company, SOPA. My long bias was in ONMD 122. Nice. Depending on where you sold, you did pretty good. And J Money gets credit for this. So I wrote this down to remember to bring up. So Bitcoin, I haven't checked it this morning, but basically breaking new highs over the weekend. So if there is new crypto treasury plays, make sure, again, I can give financial advice, but I will be making sure the initial move is over before I get into it. So at last few times that Bitcoin broke new highs, this happened. So they run a little bit harder. They've still been given out, so I expect the same to happen, but we'll have to see what the first couple present to us. And I used to could enter these longs. Y'all know I used to be a long trader too, so I had a little rig or system rigged up where I could enter these things super quick. But now that I trade mobile short, I can't, but probably not a bad long shortly after that news comes out. But I'm just not quick getting into long positions in my mobile, so I don't know if I'll be trading it, but crypto news might pop this week. Because it's been a little bit since we've broken a new high, I think. So I'm completely out of ONMD. I should have made way more on that one. Jeez. But again, I'll quit saying it last time. I'm just wanted to get a little heavier in that one. But we'll get some more plays here. It's Monday. But green is green. Off to a good start. Made 173 on it. So it's not the end of the world, but would have liked a little more. Oh yeah, I was pulling up SOPA, SOPA or whatever it's called. I don't know why I try to like speak it like it's a word. I do that all the time. PALI is climbing. We played this one, what was it? Yeah, last week, I believe. Yeah, it is climbing. Y'all know I don't like the slow climbers too much, but if it makes a parabolic move up, I will be interested. So thanks for getting it on my radar. My only really loss last week was a slow climber, DFLI, and y'all might can debate me if that's considered a slow climber or not, because it was moving up pretty steady, but and then it hurt. That was like my only loss because I hate these plays like this. See it how it's just like, again, maybe not low climb. Maybe I got to get a better, maybe just grind up like this. I hate these like this. I like seeing like parabolic moves up, but some of y'all are pretty good at playing those. I like these type of moves. So the point of that is PALI, not bad, but I want to see it just kind of like break off trend. You know what I mean? If I'm playing end-of-day fades, I don't mind these, but for pre-market, they're not my favorite. ONMD, probably should have held a few because it'll probably go right back to where it started. Yeah, because the Palantir name kind of threw me off for a second. That's why I didn't enter when it was making moves up. And then when I read it, I was like, oh, when I got to read the details, I was like, they're basically just using their services. It's not a collab because they usually run hard if there's like a official collaboration or something. So let's look at SOPA. Yeah, I don't mind it. And just for clarity, this one isn't as much of a slow grinder. It is to an extent, but it is making some pretty strong candles up. Like between these two candles, like it went from 290 all the way up to almost $1 move right here. So I wouldn't mind playing this one if it makes like a drastic move to 355 or 394 or whatever. But if it like keeps slowly grinding, I'll probably still enter it, but it won't be like super heavy. But I was reading the price target. Let me make sure there's no comments. LITM, is that moving now? Yeah, that was a nice little retest. What's going on with this one? It's up 23%. I missed it, but good call. But yeah, price target bumps like this, it's for SOPA, it's pretty frequent, especially for like, I mean, I don't even never even heard of this company that did the price increase. Because there's no new revenue, no new customers. It's basically just like a small little boutique. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't really know this company. But yeah, these reactions usually short lived. So well, 7:30 is not far around the corner. We'll probably get a new pop here shortly. But if yeah, if y'all see anything, let me know. I'll pull it up. In the meantime, I appreciate some likes, guys. I don't know if I gave you anything to deserve a like yet today, but appreciate it if you do. Oh, and had a great end of month call. What was it, this weekend, Saturday? They're always very insightful, but this one was really good as well. Appreciate you, J Money, Porto, Colin, all y'all that spoke up, Alex. So I did it, J Money, for the light. And that was a good point about crypto treasury news. Probably smart to be a little cautious with those this week. That crypto portfolio looking thick though. I like it. I wish I would have put all the money I lost to crypto treasury plays into crypto this year though. I'd be doing really good. Crypto treasury news. The OGs know it was tearing me up beginning of this year. Jeez. Whew. I'm up like I've said, I'm up nicely on the year, but man, I'd probably be up another 120K if it wasn't for those things. Because that's when I was trading a little bit heavier too. So they were rocking me. Took me too long to learn my lesson with those. FEMY. FEMY. I heard y'all talking about this one earlier. Oh, it's making another move up. And I have a level drawn up here. What is this? 200. I like it. So I'll start getting me some entries here. And it's at $1. Oh, beautiful. Psychological resistance too. I'll take it. So I'm grabbing some locates. Got me a little entry. Probably jumped in too early at 96 cents, but I wanted to get in. So I got 1,000 shares. And then my next one is at 99. And then I'll probably add up to, 102, 105, 110, something. We'll see when we get there. This is the only play I'm in right now. But yeah, only in 1,000 shares because I think it's going to push a little higher. But I wasn't being very patient, so it got me a small position. Joshua had the chance to buy Bitcoin at 16K, and I could have bought 5 of them. Cry every night thinking about it. What do you mean you could have got it off? Oh, you had the capital then? Got it. Yeah, no, I just slowly scaled into crypto because I wouldn't say I was skeptical. Well, yeah, I would say I was skeptical of it, to be honest. I didn't want to put a lot of capital in it, but just kind of dollar cost average into it over the years. So, I'm glad I got that 96 fill. I'm wondering if I should just like cover here at 91. I'm only up like $50, but KXIN. KX. What was that? Crap, I missed it. KXIN, yeah. I think I missed it, but all good. Let's pull up some levels. Oh, the 200's right here too. So I'd love to see it get up here. And we got some other little pops around this level, but I might have missed it. Yeah, looks like I missed it. Yeah, I was slow with this one. My layout kind of got messed up, but I got my trade ideas up again. But I honestly don't even know if I would have entered it here. I would have waited for it to push a little bit higher. With $1 being right there, I doubt I would have got in at 90 cents. So I didn't make hardly anything on, I mean, I'm not up very much on FEMY. Tempted to take profit here because I think it's going to make its next move up. So I'm going to get out at 91. Maybe like, well, now it's dropped to 90, but there's a decent sized bid. So yeah, I'm going to get out right here at 90. Boop. 92, so maybe like 60 bucks on it, nothing crazy, but I think it's going to push back up, and I want to make sure my average is closer to 1. Sitting about 250 on the day, not bad. Well, about 230. CRML. What's going on with this one? That was a Trump play. I feel like I remember this one. Which one is this? Critical metals? Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm pretty sure the market cap is bigger than I typically play. Let's see, CRML. Yeah, 800 share market cap. Yeah, I'll probably pass on this one. Oh, yeah, I went long on this one in after hours. Didn't make that much on it. I was green on it, but yeah, this was Friday. Yeah, I was doing something else on my computer, and my trade ideas was still alert on, and I heard it. But yeah, I took a long on this one. There was a massive size on the bid. You'll probably remember me posting it in the chat. Like somebody wanted this one up. It was just somebody was walking it up. So it might keep ripping. But yeah, I mean, I like how much is up though. I do like that. But between Trump and 800 million market cap, I want to avoid it. NASCAR. Pre-market poppers seem to die. Yep. Last Monday after PO8, I popped 350% in 2 minutes. They gave back all the games. Yeah, no, we had a monthly call in our little group on Saturday, and for y'all that was on there, y'all heard me say that like this is a very short friendly market we're in. So if you're new, don't assume it's always this easy. I'll probably play ONMD VWAP retest. And the reason why I say that is not to like, burst your bubbles, but it's just, I got to be real with y'all. Like there's some times when pre-market, they don't fall and they keep running. And then it's a different game we're playing. Then you got to practice. You you got to dial in your risk management a little bit better than these markets. Pretty easy, the ones that we're in right now. Easier. It's not easy. Shorting is never easy, but I can't deny that they are fading a little bit easier lately. But yeah, I'm gonna play this one. I don't think it has enough juice in it to break above it. Got a little entry at 151. My next one's at 154. Let's see if it hits it. We're at 154 now. Yep. So I'm in. So I entered 400 shares at 151 and 600 shares at 154. So in the money, 50 bucks. But I want to see it give out a little bit more. SOPA still not doing much. Should have held on to FEMY, but I think it might bounce. I'm gonna set an alert for it when it gets back up here. Y'all are usually pretty good at letting me know, but say when it gets back to 95 cents. Watch this be its fade, because sometimes it won't. And y'all have seen this if y'all been trading with me long enough. Sometimes this is where they fell, like 96 cents. They don't make it to it. And that might have been the test of the 200, but I think we might see another retest. So let's see. ONMD, I'm up about 60 bucks on it. Nothing crazy, 70 now. I would like to see it just die off at this point. But let's see how it does around this area. I'll decide if I'm gonna take profits here. Again, I wish I was a little heavier on even the VWAP retest, but I'm not gonna go heavy on VWAP retest. That's 730. Ordo, you got a busy week this week flying out? So appreciate you stopping in, man. And thank you for hopping on the end of month call too, bro. Always love your insight. 99% September. Wow, bro. Mahal, maybe SOPA's along. I don't know that world though. Why do you like it, Mahal? SOPA. I'm not questioning. I'm just curious. Just because the trend, the news, trying to get in your head. How you thinking about it? And risk management. I love it. I love it. Order. Yeah, you're a G at that. Are you traveling all week? Are you gonna get to trade much, or are you gonna be going all week? Mahal, good. That's a good enough point right there. Here we go. We're getting a little push here. So yeah, I might. So what was this 356, 394 that I drew? Let's see. Was that just previous pops? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is that much of a level. I'm gonna take this one off. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for 380 or 390. So I got plenty of time, but I might as well set an alert here too. I don't have any shares on it, I don't believe. So I'll need a little time to get my shares. ONMD. Up a little over $100 on it, but nothing crazy. Kind of slow for a Monday. It's probably gonna be another slow week then. But hey, I'll take it. Like I said, I don't mind slow markets. At least I prefer them. You can stay this way forever for all I care. Yeah, last month's pretty good. Ended up a little over 30K on the month, so. And I had one day that I fully tilted to. If I would have reeled that in, it would have been an even better month, but lost control one day. Yeah, I usually share it with you guys, but I didn't really share it. I haven't been talking about my, I don't know, I kind of like being private and just disclosing it at the end of the month, but last month was 43, August, and then this September was 30, almost 31. We dug into it a little bit on the call, but overall it was a pretty solid, consistent month. Just one, like I said, one day I lost way too much. Just like I said, took a decent loss and then YOLO'd in some plays and took some more losses. So ended up losing 12K one day because I couldn't control my degenerate side. So that happens every now and then. Because it's funny, like whenever I take a big loss, it's usually on a day that I should not try to win it back because the market's hot. Because that's usually, again, not to sound like cocky, but it's usually a reason why I lose. Like it's the market's either hot or I misjudged the play. And then I misjudged many more that day, but all good. Worked out. Overall, not a bad month. And it was what was it, QMMM or QMN or whatever? It got a lot of shorts. It got a lot of shorts. Which one was it? QMM? Yeah, I think it was this one. I had no business shorting this. This is what happens. I just break all my rules, and then I remember why I have rules. So I took a loss I didn't like in pre-market. Then I saw this, and for whatever reason, I thought this was a good play. Got it around like 50, I think. And boy, it did it. I was like, I'll stop out when it gets to 100, and I did to limit my losses. But man, this thing ripped me. I'm actually just glad I got out of it at 100. We might be having a different conversation. I might would have blown up. No business shorting crap like this. SKYE rebound price target. Yeah, there's not enough meat on the bones for this one for me, but well, the big 150 one. Yeah, I don't really know how to play these, honestly, so I'll probably pass. It's a wild move, though. Was it an offering? Or you said rebound price target? That's an interesting play, but I'm not confident in my abilities on that one. Bad drug trial results. Oh, got it. Yeah, it'll probably keep fading then. My only comment on QMMM, it was a day following OCTO that ran 5,600. If I was a short, I'd probably just catch up on my sleeve the next day. No, totally. There's a lot of signs. A lot of signs I should have avoided it. I knew when I was in it, I should have avoided it. And I was like, this is like when I was entering the trade. The crazy thing was I didn't enter it very heavy. So I had a $2,000 loss in pre-market, which y'all know that most pre-markets I end nice and green, but occasionally there's a red one. That's why I don't like ending red, because I'm tempted to trade intraday more. And I was like, this thing is at 50? Like, no way it makes it to 100. So I don't know how many shares I got, but it was bigger than I should have been in it. Then I lost. I don't know if that was, I lost 10K on that one alone, or if there was other plays, but yeah, no, there was a terrible, just a little flawed judgment. But it's all good. I do that every now and then. Just got to dial it in. But I like being honest with y'all. I don't pretend to like still make emotional decisions sometimes. But I like to share so y'all don't, hopefully learn something from it. Because I have a degenerate devil on my shoulder always telling me to jump in crap like that. Because if you do it right, you can make a lot of money. But again, I don't need to do that. I'm pretty consistent with my little routine. But yeah, you're right. Chopper Doc in at 169. Are you going long or short? Long, that's not a bad play. Yeah, I would be more likely to play this one long than short, but I'm not playing either. But yeah, 8 o'clock, I was reading earlier, yeah, 8 o'clock news should be pretty solid this morning. I'll have my news pulled up just in case y'all know, me and Colin was talking about this on the phone not too long ago. So I look, and not saying this is the right way, I just tell y'all how I do it. So I look at percent up first. So if this thing is up 100, 200, 300%, I'm going to get an entry before I look at anything else. A small entry. Then I look at the levels. Then if it's at a level I like, I add to it. Then I look at the news. Colin looks at the news first. So he's been able to avoid some of these plays that I got myself in trouble in. But again, I do pretty good at managing positions and get out of those situations pretty well. But it's like a double-edged sword because I know I'm good at getting out of those situations. So, but if they're going straight up, no matter how talented I am, if you get in too early, if it's going straight up, you can't manage that. So I'll try to stay a little bit closer to the news today since crypto is pretty hot, just to make sure I don't get into a new treasury play prematurely because they've been fading. It's just like you got to let them make their move first. But we'll see if the new highs from Bitcoin changes, see if they run a little bit more today. All it takes is like one or two plays like that, and it like the market's hot again. So and I tend to like being in those ones that make it hot again a little too early. So I might look at news a little quicker today. But I have it up, so I'll stay close to it. So the only play I'm in right now is just ONMD, and it's been a painful slow play. Would really like to see FEMY push towards a dollar though, because I would, again, between the 200 being right here and it's a dollar psychological level and a previous pop to this level, yeah. And previous, look, I didn't realize this, there's a little bit of a support turned resistance right here too. So yeah, I would like for it to make another move to a dollar. The only thing is like, even when it flushes, it's not going to be like a, you know, like this kind of flush. It'll probably be a slower kind of like this move, but still be a good play. I'm gonna add more to ONMD here because I trimmed got trimmed 500 shares somewhere down here in the 130s. So I added at 155. If it breaks 160, let's see. If it breaks 160, I might trim some and just re-add if it gets a little higher, but not too concerned right here. Added a little at 159, but only a few shares got filled, so like 20 shares of my 400. So not very much, but I might get it here. Let's see. And like I said, if it breaks 160, I'll just start trimming a little out. Not like a full cut, just because I still think it's going to fade. And 8 o'clock's right around the corner. Attention's going to get stolen from this one. But if it does a full retest, I don't want it to be me playing VWAP. Because I'll have to add quite a bit to get my average up. So if it breaks 160, I'll start trimming out of it. Pretty strong candle though. It didn't give much back, so it probably will. Let's see. Here we go. So I'm gonna trim out. So I'm only in like 1,000 now. But I'm still in 1,000, so. And if it's still hanging out in this area around 8 o'clock, I'll probably add the 500 I trimmed out of. For the money rotation play. If money rotates away from it. Might fall back below VWAP before then though. Oh, good call, Ordo. 180 and the 80s and 20s. So back in the money on ONMD, or basically break even. A little in the money, but not much. Eight o'clock's 3 minutes. I'm ready for it. Do some new plays. I'm tired of all these. I get spoiled from these just like quick moves. We ended up having a decent end of day fades on Friday too. Nothing crazy. That's what one of the Discord exclusives I do on Friday afternoons because they tend to fade away. I think I'm 8 for 8 on Friday fades on Discord, being green, but it wasn't like it was. I mean, the market's just been slow, so there's some fades, but there was also, what was that one that they dropped a PR and I was in it, ANUR, I think, or something like that. That one was pretty exciting, but it worked out. What was that ticker? I can't remember, but one had me stressing though. Or do I like it? It is interesting how they do tend to hesitate around the 80s, 80 cents and 20 cents. I'm gonna keep an eye on that this week. All right, this is probably a little ill-advised, but I might add a little more to my ONMD here just to get my size a little bit bigger because I think there's a chance money's going to rotate away from it here in a couple minutes if there's a decent PR. I'm just adding back my 500 shares. Let's just see what happens. Still not in very heavy. Then I have another at 159 if it wants to push up there. Yeah, there's actually was some decent news that came out at 7:30, but none of it really moved. Okay, 8 o'clock. Yeah, there's a bunch of news. ATOS probably will move. AMUU, it's moving. Oh, but that's a different play. Never mind. Yeah, there's a bunch of decent PRs that just came out, so I'm just waiting to see which one moves. Oh, it's 8 o'clock, so we're going to get faked out by some of these trade idea alerts. And look, money rotation. This is why I added my shares. ICCM. Oh, that was from earlier. Y'all see anything moving yet? It's the same reason my trade idea goes crazy, Paul. Like something with the market. APDN. APDN. Oh my gosh. Missed this one. Jeez. I mean, it probably went right up to this level, didn't it? No, not completely. Man, is that all we're gonna get? They again going back to the slow markets, they flush so quick too. So it's hard to get in these things when they flush this quick. This one is not even liquid right now. So I'm gonna let it push up a little bit. I'm gonna grab some locates on it, but it's not even like liquid. Only 31K shares have been traded on it. Float's tiny. I'm avoiding. I might actually, this might be a good long one. The float is tiny. I took a small long on it just for, oh, I'm up. Let's go. Let's go. I got in at 1225. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna close. Gotta freak out when I get in these scenarios. Okay. Only entered 200 shares, but it worked out. Okay, back to ONMD. So it faded. Jesus Christ, I was nervous. I'm such a long trader, or I'm such a short trader that as soon as I entered it, I immediately was in a panic. But made a, so I was in 200 shares. I actually made pretty good on that play. It's just so hard to tell with TradeZero mobile. It doesn't tell you for each trade. Anyways, now my adrenaline's rushing. So ONMD, I'm getting a little bit of a flush here. I'm in a little bit heavier, so I might trim some since this is kind of where it popped previously. I'm up about 150 bucks on it. Nothing crazy, but I'm gonna trim some here. Ended up making $800 on that play, almost $800 on my long position on this one because I only entered 200 shares at, let's see, 774. But anyways, that was adrenaline rush. So that's my best play of the day. Along weird, but I'll take it. And the only reason I took it was I saw the baby floats. I had a feeling this thing would pump. And it was not very liquid, so I knew once volume came in, it would probably push it up a little bit. But so is anything moving? Back to my short. Adrenaline's running. I'm not kidding, guys. When I'm in longs, it's just so unnatural for me. I just uncomfortable. Let's find some shorts. I don't really see much though. J Money Trader, Bull of Wall Street. That's all I always say whenever I go long. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything, guys. Like there's all kind of news coming out. Strange. Yeah, that's hilarious. Quite the opposite for me. Yeah, I'm still not really seeing much, but money rotation theory definitely worked with this one. So padded the stats a little. SPRB long got me 4 figures on the day, so I'll take it. And I'm still holding a decent amount of these. Well, not really. I'm only holding 500, so I trimmed 1,000, but 500 shares. I'm just kind of going to chill with these, see if it drops more. Is that really all we got at 8? There was a ton of PRs though. I mean, y'all could hear it. I turned the volume up, so y'all could. I don't know why, but y'all could hear all the PRs coming in. J Money, would you say is Ross still sleeping or? Bro, Ross is every other thought for you, bro. Yeah, he can't get him out of NASCAR. Joshua can't get him out of his mind. He was drooling about him on our end of month call too. I think he told me he had a picture above his bed of Ross. His laptop screen saver. Getting some more news. Nah, he does move the market. Well, I don't know if I say he moves the market, but he can move the ticker that he's in for sure. So SILO, this is a crypto news. I'm not hearing anything go off, but let's see if it's moving. A little move here. Strange. His members and him combined can move it for sure. That's all I've ever said. I think Ross is actually a really good trader. I like his videos. I've learned a lot. Even watched his PDT video recently. But if you deny that he doesn't move a ticker once he's in it, a low float, and then you have hundreds or thousands. I mean, he has 1 million followers on YouTube. I would love for, if I entered a position and 1,000 shorts got in it behind me and drove it down. Same concept going long. That's all I've ever said. Because I've learned a lot from him. I think he's great for like new traders coming in, trying to get a foundation. I think he's really good at that. I just like trolling about it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that I like. And SLILO died. Imagine he joined the dark side. I know, right? Now he throws a little shade at shorts, but it's probably a good thing because it is risky. Because if you have poor risk management, you shouldn't be shorting. And he makes that very clear in a lot of his videos. He'll use that, like the one-off Chinese example. He makes it seem like it happens every day, but that's all right. But it is true. It's easy to blow up your account shorting if you don't have good risk management. But yeah, I watched this PDT video recently. But that's going to be very interesting whenever that changes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, J Money. Yeah. Yeah. NASCAR read your comment. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Crazy. Man, what is going on? Like I said, I like slow markets. They're brutal for live streams. I can tell you that much. But I like trading the slow markets better. But I like the live streams where we're like bouncing from ticker to ticker to ticker to ticker. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're wild, and some are the live streams where popping off. But my P&L likes tends to like these kind of markets better though. Yeah, I see a bunch of y'all mentioned AMD. It's like, do they have earnings? Do they have news? What do you mean? Jeez, this is why y'all are talking about it. 166 to 222? What in the world? This is wild. What's going on? 34%. Oh, God. On what is the market cap on this one? AMD. $267 billion company. Oh, partnership with OpenAI. I saw that on my Alexa earlier this morning. Totally forgot about it. This is wild though. That's a crazy move. I wish, yeah, I wish I had a position AMD. Imagine you took a option, a call option on Friday or something. You'd be able to retire. Some more PRs are coming out. So phase 1 study, TANX. And nothing. Whatever happened to SPR? The one I went long on, SPR. Oh, it's moving up. The crazy thing is, I got way more of an adrenaline rush from this than like shorting like sketchy Chinese halts. So short biased. Oh, for sure, J Money. Fish out of water for sure. But I mean, again, I like how I rarely go long, and y'all know I'm actually up on the year going long because I'm just so particular about when I go long. Decent news and 500,000 shares traded, volume picking up, was worth a shot. If it breaks over 18, it's probably going to take off too. Yeah, this is a rough pre-market, guys. Sorry about that. I don't control the market, but if I didn't play SBRB long, though, it'd be a very rough morning. And I get less and less confident. Well, that's probably not the best way to say it. My win rate goes down the closer to 9 o'clock it gets. So the 8:30 pops, I'm still profitable on them, but win rate goes down. 9 o'clock, those pops I don't do as well with. They just seem to hold their gains better. SPRB broke a high. Not by much, but I think it did barely, yeah. You know what makes me, it's kind of when I thought of when I saw AMD, I sell options for my like will strategy. And imagine if you sold an option at like 170 or 180 or 172. You would lose so much money on this. Like you could like, I mean, you could be in seriously. So like if you sold it for 170 and it's at 220, that's $50. You could lose $50 time. So just one contract selling at 170, you could times 100, $50. 50 times 100. So each contract you would lose about, roughly, just quick math, like $5,000. And your profit would have only been, you know, probably what, $50, $100, because you got to sell a bunch of them to really make money. You could get yourself in trouble. Anyways, we're not a selling option live stream. It gives me anxiety thinking about that. Some people are selling options. They are underwater. SPRB, something you would short? No, not at all. I do not want to short this in the least bit. I'll tell you why. Nothing else is really moving, and this tiny float, it could get ugly. That's why I went long on it. Obviously, I wouldn't go long here, but I mean, not saying it's a bad play, but I'm not, that's not my wheelhouse. I don't pretend to be an expert going long. I just saw a few things I liked, so I entered small 200 shares. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the thing takes off. What are the levels on it? Oh my gosh. Where's it? And it has the next level is only, oh, this thing could run. This is a trash stock. But man, it has room to, yeah, this one could take off. But I mean, just looking at that chart, I can tell you this is a very trash company. That probably wouldn't have been a bad entry, that flush to 18. I mean, going long, not going short. I'm not touching this thing short. I'm so tempted to jump in this thing long again. Like I said, at 18, that was probably the entry right there. I'm not going to do it. Unless it gets to 18, then I might. Dang, ONMD, go away, bro. But I'll keep adding. I mean, I made money every time it does this, but I'm ready for a better flush. So I'm going to add more right here. Let's get some more shorts. There we go. Added some at 152. I'll add some more 155 and 159. So caught it here, caught the flush here, caught the flush. Well, I got in 1,500 shares, trimmed 1,000. Now I added 500 more, and then I'll add another 1,000 between 155 and 160. Cut if it gets above $1.63. Appreciate it. Yeah, hit the like if you don't mind, guys. I do appreciate it. Here we go. Push to 159. Appreciate you saying that too. And thank you for hopping on, especially in this slow market. It hasn't been too exciting. You know, when I'm debating going long, or I am going long, probably a slow market. Yeah, it was pretty decent news for. I'm a little behind on the comments, Aruba, but yeah, that's another reason why I hopped in it kind of quick. Yeah, there's gonna be some. I think it runs. Ooh, let me see. I might get a little position right here if it gets back to VWAP, but just small. I already made my money. I'm only gonna do 100 shares this time, so I'm in it at a 1753. Let's just see. If it breaks below VWAP, I'll just get out. But I was in at 200 shares earlier. I'm actually surprised I went in with 200 shares. I think I didn't realize it was a $17 or it was $12 stock at that time. So the $2,400 position, which isn't big, but probably a little bigger than I realized when I first entered it. But I got to keep an eye on this one, and I'm gonna do split screen. I'm gonna add ONMB. Probably pushing the limit. I should just end and be like, yeah, I went long and it worked. But I want to see if it keeps going. So got my other fill at 159 on ONMB. I'm just gonna keep an eye on these two plays. So I'm in 1,800 shares for ONMD now. ONMD flushing a little bit here. There we go. I went ahead and trimmed down, so I'm only in 1,300 shares on it. Now that I fell back in the money, just get my size a little bit more where I want it. I probably jumped into SPRB a little too early, but like I said, I'm only in 100 shares. And if it breaks below 17, I'll probably just get out. Because again, I don't know what I'm doing. Going long. I kind of just want to let it ride, see what it does. This is probably a better entry. Or if I should have 50 shares here. So I added 50 shares at 1703. So now my average is 1743. SPRB. Like I'm in the money now. It's so hard for me not to jump out of this thing. So just so I won't do that, I'm gonna trim back off these 50 shares so I'm not in too crazy. Just got to get myself in a comfortable position or I'm not gonna like this play. I don't know if that makes sense. Because if you're uncomfortable in a position, you're not going to play it right. So now I'm only at 100. I don't have to stay that close to it now. So, okay, what time is it? 8:30. Some 8:30 PR should come out now. Let's see. Again, I'm seeing some headlines that don't look bad, but every time I pull them up, they're not moving though. Like ASBP. Ooh, now SPRB's bouncing. And ONMD's flushing, so that's good. I might cover a little bit more here at 149. Just since it hasn't been flushing cleanly. NIBF, NIBF. These things are flushing too quick. Ooh, SPRB's moving. It's so hard not to just get out of this thing. Filed at 1946. I can't help it, guys. I can't hold these. Can't do it. Made another couple $100. This thing probably going to rip all day. I'm going to regret that, but I'm done going long. I don't even want to look at it anymore. Who am I? So ONMD is going to be the focus. This boring play. Then short it, J Money. Again, MACD doesn't mean much on a ticker like this, bro, with news and a low float, but you might be right. Might be right, but I wouldn't focus too much on that indicator on this one, honestly. Good flush here, though. But I personally think this will break a new high at some point. Got it. Oh, and MD moving down a little bit. Don't know if we're going to get that beautiful flush like I wanted back to $1.05. So that's why I've kind of been trimming on it. I'll keep it pulled up here on the left since it's still topic of conversation. J-Mon, are you playing it at all? Long, short? You're just observing. Okay. Yeah, I'd be cautious. I know you said you're not, but I'd be cautious shorting SPRB. What are the locates on it anyway? I bet they're pricey. There's not many shares. Yeah, this is going to take off, J Money. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt. I would be very surprised if it doesn't. The locates aren't that bad. 100 shares, $4.80. That's wild. I thought it'd be more than that. Probably not very many shorts in it. They know this thing's about to take off, probably. Let's see what it does at $20 though. This is a solid psychological level, but it broke a new high here, so not by much. Or maybe it's at 2050, the same level it was at. Yeah, this thing is adios. Should have held. Google, I mean, I've been saying it the whole time this is going to happen, but again, if you're not comfortable in a position, can't hold it, but made probably right under $1,000 on it. So I guess I can't complain, but this one could run seriously. Like, I mean, it's like the perfect setup. Monday, everything else is slow, low float, decent news, and a huge gap on the daily. And ONMD probably will cover a little more here at 144, just because this is a level it seems to bounce at. Nah, I'm good, bro. I just want to make a little bit, but I should have held for sure. But I'm pretty content with how I played SPRB. But for you longs, hope it blasts off for y'all. In shorts, don't be a hero. But don't try to be a hero. And again, most y'all are, especially in the group, most y'all are pretty good about this, but the ticker that's getting the most attention, like if I go on X, Twitter, whatever, and I see all these shorts just like blow up, it's always on like the main runner of the day. That's kind of what I was joking around about, like, don't be the hero. Like, you don't have to focus on that one. Like, yeah, it's cool to short the main runner on the day. We all did that some, what was it, Friday, DFLI, but like, usually the other plays that are not getting as much attention are the better plays, especially in hot markets. And again, not saying this isn't a good short, like at some point it will be. Maybe it's right now and then it falls down. Or it could be 200. You don't know. And the problem is, again, going back to, I will admit, I'm pretty good at managing positions, like adding, exiting, getting my average up, all that. But with these low floats, it can go from 22 to like 32 in a blink of an eye. So those are tough to manage when you're in a short position. Exactly, J Money. And I used to be bad about that when I first started shorting too. Is like you want to short the exciting play, but it's usually like the ONMD. I've played it 1, 2, 3 times. Hasn't been super exciting. Pretty boring actually, but it's my biggest gainer on the day outside of SPRB long. Might get another chance at it. I'm out of it now. I got completely out at 144, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I closed my last 800 shares at 144 just because it's been bouncing here. But I was in 1,800 shares this last time, so made a little bit on it. $1,577 on the day, so it's not terrible. But again, if it wasn't for SPRB, it wouldn't be too hot of a day. And actually, guys, I have a contractor I'm meeting at another house because I will be, well, this is probably a good time to tell y'all, I will be flying out to LA on Thursday. I'll live stream Thursday, so all the YouTube live streams will happen this week. I won't be available Friday for the Discord, and then next week there's a holiday on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I'll be in Chicago. I think I'll still be able to live stream. I won't have my home set up, of course, but I still plan on being here, but it might, don't be surprised if I cancel one day because it's a work trip. But I'll keep you all in the loop. Trying to, I still don't know if I'm going to Chicago. I'm like 90% sure I am, maybe 80%, but I'll keep you on the loop. But the point of saying the contractor at the other house, I'm probably going to, he's supposed to meet me at 9. I told him I'm going to be a little late just to size up the job while I wait for me, but I don't see anything by like 8:50. I'll probably dip out because I'm not in anything right now. And I'm at 1500. That's a pretty good morning for me. Look at CRML. Ooh, NIVF died. And CRML is giving it all back. Some crazy death candles right there. This thing was manipulated on the way up. I was watching it. Like, there was like, I can't remember, 300, 400,000 shares on the bid when it was at like 12 bucks. Like, that's a massive position. And then I saw it just kept moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. And then it finally disappeared around this level. I wonder if they finally sold or closed out. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely gave it all back. And I don't feel too bad about missing this one because this one didn't meet my criteria. It's 800 million Trump news. Yeah. But that was a nice flush. Oh, you saw it too, Jed Corpse. Hmm. Yeah, I took a little long on it. And again, just like a SPRB, like I just got out pretty quick. I'm in panic mode when I'm in longs. I'm not playing ONMD here. I'm gonna wait for it to get to 159 before I enter. If I even decide to enter again. Watch, this will be the time it actually flushes right at VWAP. I got in early this time and this time, and watch, this is the time it actually flushes at VWAP. GILDALAB. That's $100-something out of my price range, but that is a bullish move. GLAB. Yeah, I know. Biotech's looking hot. And isn't that what SPRB is? Am I wrong? I already forgot. Might be a nice recipe for SPR. B to take off. Yeah, it's a bioscience play too. Interesting. Interesting. Because yeah, these are massive companies and they're ripping right now. Yeah, SPRB is going to be interesting at market open. Of course, it could flush and everybody forget about it, but this stock alone could heat up the market again. Again, like anything can happen. I'm not so confident that I'm holding along in it, but because it could just flush. This happens sometimes too. Market opens kind of like the great equalizer. It's hard to gauge what's going to happen when the market opens. Sometimes they can be ripping pre-market, then flush at market open, and sometimes they can be dead and then rip at market open, you know? So that's why I try not to hold anything into market open. A little bit of a gamble. Yeah, I'm staying away from it too. I'm not good at monitoring any positions here soon. So SPRB is not one, whether you're long or short, it's not one you want to just step away from. You might come back and you're a millionaire. You might come back and your account's liquidated, depending on long or short. Now, I don't think it's going to, but again, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. These are like the perfect recipe, you know, like to just cause chaos in the market, but we will see. But it's 8:50, guys. I'm not probably going to stick around much longer because, like I said, I got to meet someone at another property I'm working on. So, on that note, thank y'all as always for hopping on. Rough morning. Hopefully, y'all found a way to make some money. I'll try to be active in the Discord a little bit later. Let y'all know if I'm seeing anything. But as usual, thank y'all for hopping on, and I will see y'all tomorrow.